We went live much quicker than I was expecting us to do so. That can only mean one of two things: something's gone wrong, or the Facebook and YouTube gods are smiling on us. And today we're talking about the core principles behind direct messaging, getting in people's DMs, and why we do it. Okay, so I'm going to share with you. This is part of something called the toffee method. Okay, which you can access if you stick around. I can give you access to if you message me at the end or comment toffee, and I can send you some details. It's not free, okay, but there are ways that you can use this, access it, and generate enough money to pay for itself. That would be the goal. In fact, that's my goal on pretty much anything I buy online. It has a resale and affiliate element to it, or a master resale rights. My number one goal is to buy it, then sell it, get my money back, and then I'm into instant profit. So that is my goal. And that is what I help and try and help people to do. So this is part of one of these products. Okay, so this is an overview of something called the toffee method, which is a deep dive into organic Facebook marketing, and oh my goodness, it is incredible. So today we are showing, I'll get myself down the screen, here we go. So today we're talking about the art of effective direct messaging. Okay, so basically direct messaging is a strategy. Okay, so as you can see, we have the core principles, the DM process steps, the sales psychology and mindset, the benefits and outcomes of this, and the practical applications and tips. Those are deep level into those. So, but what we're doing today is just talking about the core principles. Okay, so the core principles. Principle one is, of course, to take action. People are inherently scared and worried about direct messaging people. Excuse me. And I guess it's just a human nature thing. You know, if you don't know someone, you wonder how the conversation is going to go. We overthink it. So look, you know, the whole point is take action. Okay, to my knowledge, nobody has died from messaging someone directly on Facebook or whatever platform you choose to do it. So don't be afraid. Okay, take action, and that is how we overcome fear, is by doing it. Okay, then you'll realize the fear isn't as real as you might have thought, but by taking that action, you remove the fear. Absolutely fantastic. So that's the first one. Now, second principle is this actually applies across multiple platforms. So I've expanded that element of our little diagram, and so yeah, we can do it on Facebook's got DMs, Instagram's got DMs, TikTok's got DMs. We can do it on emails, and we can even do it on a Mega Builder chat, okay, which you might not know about, but we can talk about a little bit later. So yeah, this covers all the different platforms that we can use. Now, why do I use Facebook? It's because Facebook DMs are pretty much better than all the others. I've done it on TikTok, but TikTok DMs, well, TikTok as a platform is a little bit flaky. I love it, don't get me wrong, and it gets me great cold audiences. But to get people in DMs, takes a lot of time. I just find we get a better quality of lead from a Facebook direct message. Okay, I think that's just a better quality of people. But again, all these things come down to the quality of the targeting that we're doing, which I covered in a different video the other day. That was about how to add the relevant friends to your Facebook. So next one, okay, is we want to help and focus on helping people. Okay, this is why it's called Helponomics, is because we actually want to solve people's problems. There's no point in us trying to sell something to somebody when they don't need it, or it's not required, or they have doubts about it. So we want to help people. So what we do is we identify people's pains and help them. Okay, so on this element we're talking about struggling affiliate marketers or struggling MLMers that are trying to generate leads and sales using their social media. Okay, and because I promise you, everybody who's trying to do that has got the same pains, as they can't get leads, they can't get sales. Again, they're scared to take action, and so we want to help people move them a step forward. And if you're just doing this for the very first time, don't worry, because you only need to be, 1 or 2 steps ahead of somebody else to be the leader and to provide the help. Okay, and we've got a lot of help in this program. It is one of the best. It really is. So, as I always say, got any questions, please drop them in the comments. As you can see, I am a real person. I'm not AI, so I can answer them as we go along. But if you're watching post-event, then obviously don't worry. Just hashtag replay, and I shall get back to you. Okay, so we focus on helping other people. Now, we create curiosity and push the link away. This, to me, sounded like counterproductive when I first heard about it, because I wanted to share my link with everybody. But that's the problem. That's what everybody does. We always want to share our links straight away, when actually the most effective affiliate marketers and MLMers, they hide the link. So build the curiosity. And strange enough, I've been doing this method today of outreach, and looking at people's profiles, and you can really tell some of the good people. There's no links in their bio, there's no links in their posts, but man, the curiosity is off the chart, and that made me curious as to what they were doing. I was in a certain guru's feed and looking at people that he'd asked, and yeah, some of them was like, damn, I wish I knew what you were doing. And so genuine curiosity are the good ones. So that's what I do. Hey, if it works for the people that are making the money, then let's follow them. Let's see what they're doing. Okay. Cool. So also want to have a look at them and understand the prospect's journey. Okay, so if we're looking at different plans that they're working, or you can go in and look at all their posts, so whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, see what they're talking about, and we can begin to understand their journey, what they're doing, what's working for them, what's not working for them. We can actually see that in their posts. Okay, and that allows us to tailor next principle. That allows us to tailor the solution to their needs. So whether it is to generate more leads, whether it is to do more outreach, whether it is to close more sales, whatever it is, we can tailor what we're doing to solve their problems. Okay, and that's a nice thing. That's what I love about it. Now, the other thing about having conversations in DMs is it builds trust. Okay, now I always say one of the quickest ways to build trust is to live stream, like I'm doing today, or video, or be consistent with your posting. Show up every day. That builds trust. But to really build trust, you can go into someone's messages, and we can start a conversation in Messenger, and again, just being like a normal human being, being a friend, just chatting, establishing what their issues are, and that builds trust, because you're not trying to spam them with your link. In fact, that's the last thing you want to do. Okay, so don't rush in. It's not like a bull in a china shop. We want to be the old wily bull that just waits and gradually strolls down into the field of all the cows. I can't read that story, but I'll tell it another day. Okay, and we can address objections. So we can address objections even before we've given them our link. Okay, so we could say, I can help you with X, Y, and Z. And they might say, how are you going to do that? And we say, we'll do it in this way. And if they've got an objection, we can cover that without them ever actually, still without them even knowing what our solution is. So, because people will always people tend to throw up most objections are going to be money and then trust. Those are the two things. Either they don't want to put any money in it, and if they don't, it's because they haven't trusted you yet, and you need to keep building that trust. Have more conversations. Don't rush in. Don't rush in. But yeah, so that's addressing. We address the objections, and we change mindsets. We change the mindset from desperation to curiosity. As I said earlier on, when I was going through this program, doing this process earlier on today, it was really standing out. The ones which had no links on their bios, but it was just no mention of the organization they were promoting, but they were putting out content that drove my curiosity and really was eye-catching. So I changed that mindset from desperation, get my stuff, buy my link, to curiosity. What's the next one? Practice and personalize the process. And again, this a little bit like take action and don't be afraid. Just practice. As I say, no one's ever died from live streaming. No one's ever died from messaging people. And don't worry about if you don't know what to say. You're going to work it out. People, you're going to get, basically, you're going to get 4 or 5 main pains that people are in. Okay, and you're just going to practice how we can use our products to solve their problems. But again, if you don't have the conversations in the first place, you can't practice. But even you can always role play. You can role play with some people in the group. If you want to come in and test this out and have a try, then you can come in, role play it, and role play with me. I'll be happy to role play with you. Okay, and be value driven. Okay, so again, that comes back into, we want to give value. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm trying to share with you just this one little element, because you can take this and go, okay, I've got enough, Nick. You've told me enough. I can just go out there and message people. But there's ways to do it. These are the core principles. And be helpful. Okay. So be value driven. So always give value, and listen and understand their pain points. Okay. The old thing, we've got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Well, it's the same thing online. Listen to people. People will tell you what their problems are. Okay, because particularly if they're in a lot of pain, they're going to tell you quite quickly because they want the pain removed and solved. And again, that kind of comes back to the quality of the leads, or the quality of the people that we're targeting as well. But again, use a bit of humour. Just because we're doing it on Messenger doesn't mean that we're robotic and we're going to grab AI to answer all the questions. No, have some fun. Share bits about yourself. I had a great conversation yesterday with a lovely guy. Golf was his hotspot, and my goodness, once I got him onto golf, I run rubbish at golf, but I got him onto golf, and he just wouldn't stop. He just, we built a wonderful rapport very, very quickly. So that's what we can do. So listen, understand their pain, then you can relate to it. Then, because if you don't listen to their pain, you're not going to know how to then solve their problems. And then we use psychology. Okay, we deep dive into. We've got sales psychology and mindset as one of the extra elements down below the core principles. And we use psychology. There's psychology behind marketing. There's psychology behind selling. It is a huge and complex. It's a huge and complex topic. Okay, and I'm an ambassador for a guy called Jim Fortin, who is one of the preeminent and world-leading transformational mindset coaches. He's coached presidents of companies and actual presidents of the USA, some of them in the past. And so he really knows and digs into that. And man, I wish I could just plug his brain into mine and download the information. But like all these things, we have to use it, we have to learn it, use it, refine it so that it actually works for us, because we're all individual. But there's an amazing psychology behind all this. And then be an authority, not a hard salesperson. And that is absolutely true. We're not in the game of selling people. We are in the game of helping people. That's why it's called Helponomics. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love this process. Okay, so we are, by listening, by doing all these core principles, by listening, by knowing and understanding their journey, relating to the pain points, because we've all been there. If you've been in affiliate marketing or MLMs, you know the pain points that people have, because we all have them. Okay, we have all the same things. We got, like on the MLMs, you've always got a list of people that you're never going to contact. It's called your chicken list. But you know what? That's probably where all your brilliant people are, because you think, oh no, they're much too clever to do this. And it's like, you know what? It's the clever people that we want. There's an old phrase someone once said: people tend to sponsor down when actually you want to sponsor up. That's from my old MLM days back in the day. So be an authority, and that's the thing. If you're leading with value, if you're addressing objections, if you're building trust, then you are going to become the authority. Okay, makes sense. So that is just, oh man, I wish I could show you the entire. It's like 12 or 13 hours worth of videos and pages of PDFs. But this is the art of effective direct messaging, purely the core principles we talked about today. We've got a whole process steps, we've got the sales psychology, we've got the benefits and outcomes, we've got the practical applications. So those I'm going to be going through later on in the week, and so that way, you're not going to get totally overwhelmed with what's going on, and I'm not going to get confused and lose my voice by talking to you about it. So I hope that was interesting for you. If it's something that you want to learn from and actually take a little bit further, then I'm using it, and what we call it's called program is called a team builder program. Okay, that's part of that. So if you want affiliate marketing or MLMs and you want the whole thing done for you, you want the sales funnels all done for you, then pretty much that is what you get. But then you also get this incredible toffee method training, which is all organic. And yeah, this is amazing. And the whole thing, man, you can get it for a lifetime, once in a lifetime, one-time payment. You can get it for, well, I think it's $1,997. Okay, but if you're interested, jump on a Zoom call with me. Let's have a chat. There's ways we can actually access it for a lot less, and that way you can access the toffee method, learn it, consume it, and then use it, generate sales, and then you can buy the lifetime. Make sense? I hope so. But you need to jump on a Zoom call with me first. So if that's of interest to you, yeah, comment toffee, or if you're absolutely serious, and I think you are, then message me. Direct message me. I'm not going to bite you, but I can help you remove the pain that you're suffering from and get you moving forwards. Okay, I think there's something like 99% of people make no money online at all. But if you want to join the 1%, then this is going to help you enormously. Right, so that's enough for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Say, message me or comment, and I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. UK, 11 a.m. Eastern. And tomorrow we'll be talking a little bit more. I'll pick another topic from the Toffee Method. There is so much content I can be live streaming for months, and we still only scratched the surface. But it's amazing. It works, and you're going to love it. Take care. Until tomorrow, have a great day.